He was not born into greatness. He was born into struggle, into a house where silence was heavy and hope was thin, where survival mattered more than dreams. His childhood did not begin with opportunity, it began with uncertainty, with arguments behind closed doors, with nights that felt longer than they should, with mornings that came too fast. Other kids worried about homework. He worried about stability. Other kids dreamed about toys. He dreamed about peace. He learned early that life was not gentle. It did not slow down. It did not explain itself. It demanded strength. There were days when the lights felt dim, not because of electricity, but because of atmosphere. Days when tension filled the room thicker than air. Days when he realized that no one was coming to rescue him. And that realization changed him. Some children break in environments like that. Bitter. Some shrink. But he did something different. He observed. He absorbed. He adapted. Pain became his classroom. Silence became his teacher. Hardship became his training ground. He watched adults lose control, so he learned control. He watched people blame others, so he learned responsibility. He watched promises get broken, so he learned the value of keeping his word. He did not have a perfect example of leadership, so he built one inside his own mind. At school, he was quiet, not because he had nothing to say, but because he was studying the world, studying people, studying reactions. He understood something powerful very early. Emotion can either control you, or you can control it, and he chose control. There were moments when the weight felt too heavy, moments when giving up would have been easier, moments when anger knocked on the door of his heart. But every time he felt that pressure, he made a decision. He would not let his environment define his future. He started building discipline before he even knew the word. He woke up earlier, he worked harder, he listened more than he spoke. While others searched for shortcuts, he focused on preparation, because deep down he understood something. When you grow up in chaos, preparation becomes your protection. He read books not to escape, but to expand. He trained his body not for attention, but for endurance. He strengthened his mind because he knew one day it would be tested, and it was. There were failures, real ones, public ones, moments where effort did not immediately bring reward. But failure did not surprise him. He had already survived worse. Rejection did not destroy him. He had already felt invisible. Pressure did not break him. He had already lived inside it. The dark childhood that could have crushed his spirit, instead carved it into steel. He began to understand people in a way others could not. He recognized pain behind anger. He recognized fear behind arrogance. He recognized insecurity behind pride, because he had felt all of it. That empathy became his advantage. When he spoke, people listened, not because he was loud, but because he was real. He did not pretend to be perfect. He spoke about struggle, about doubt, about discipline, and people trusted him. Leadership did not arrive overnight. It grew slowly, through consistency, through credibility, through character. He showed up when it was uncomfortable. He stayed focused when it was boring. He remained calm when others panicked, because chaos was not new to him. He had been trained by it. Memory became fuel. Every setback became strategy. Every scar became strength. He learned that leadership is not about power. It is about responsibility. It is about standing firm when others are uncertain. It is about making decisions when others hesitate. It is about absorbing pressure so others can breathe. And he could do that, because he had been absorbing pressure his entire life. There came a moment when opportunity finally knocked. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly. And he was ready. Ready because he had prepared in private. Ready because he had grown in silence. Ready because he had turned pain into discipline. When he stepped into leadership, people saw confidence. They saw strength. They saw clarity. They did not see the nights he cried alone. They did not see the doubts he fought in silence. They did not see the child who once felt powerless. But that child was still there. Not weak, not broken, but transformed. He never forgot where he came from, and that kept him grounded. He never forgot how it felt to struggle, and that kept him compassionate. He never forgot how it felt to be overlooked, and that made him give others a chance. Great leaders are not created by comfort. They are shaped by challenge. Comfort teaches ease. Challenge teaches endurance. Comfort builds ego. Challenge builds character. His childhood did not hand him confidence. It forced him to earn it. It did not hand him security. It forced him to create it. It did not give him a roadmap. It forced him to design one. And because of that, he became unshakable. When criticism came, he did not collapse. He listened. He evaluated. He improved. When competition came, prepared, he executed. When failure came, he did not quit. He adjusted. He persisted. The darkness that once surrounded him now followed him as a reminder, not of weakness, but of growth. He understood something most people miss. Your beginning does not determine your ceiling. Your struggle does not cancel your potential. In fact, it can sharpen it. He started mentoring others, not from a place of superiority, but from a place of understanding. He told them the truth. No one is coming to save you, but you can save yourself. No one owes you success, but you can earn it. No one can erase your past, but you can redefine your future. His story spread, not because it was perfect, but because it was powerful. People saw hope in it. They saw proof. Proof that pain can produce power. Proof that darkness can develop direction. That adversity can create advantage. He did not hate his childhood anymore. He respected it. Because it gave him something rare: emotional strength, mental toughness, deep empathy, unbreakable discipline. The same environment that could have destroyed him developed him, and that is the truth most people never realize. The fire meant to burn you can forge you. The pressure meant to crush you can shape you. The darkness meant to hide you can prepare you to shine. He became a leader not because life was easy, but because it was hard, not because he avoided pain, but because he faced it, not because he was fearless, but because he moved forward despite fear. And that is what greatness really is. Greatness is not talent alone. It is endurance. It is perspective. It is resilience. The boy who once felt small now stood tall. Once felt powerless, now empowered others. The darkness that once defined his environment now defined his strength. And his message was simple. Do not curse your struggle. Use it. Do not run from your pain. Learn from it. Do not let your past trap you. Let it train you. Because sometimes, the very thing you wish you could erase is the very thing that will elevate you. The dark childhood that created a great leader was not a tragedy. It was preparation. Preparation for pressure. Preparation for responsibility. Preparation for impact. And if you are listening right now, if you are walking through your own darkness, understand this: you are not being buried. You are being built. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Your pain is not pointless. It is powerful. One day, the world may look at you and see strength. They may see confidence. They may see leadership. But only you will know. It started in the dark. And that darkness was never your weakness. It was your beginning.